Well, what can I say? We're doing extremely well in the Super League, but we've got a big test tonight against the European heavyweight in Dynamo Zagreb. Can we get onto 7 points in the Europa Conference League phase? Let's find out. Roll that title. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 38 of the Liechtenstein Challenge here with Vaduz, and you find us on the schedule page at the moment. I just wanted to show you the fixtures after the Podbrezova game in the Conference League. Things have been going really well in terms of the league, and in the Conference League phase, we haven't done too badly, I would say, after that game at home at the Rheinpark Stadium. With regards to Europe anyway, let's just quickly go through these. So after the game against Podbrezova, we took a trip to Utrecht and lost 2-1 in this match. I think it was an unfair defeat. We probably could have nicked a draw out of this. Bruisberg scored in the 6th minute for Utrecht. Giliana, our Spanish forward on loan from Espanyol, scored a goal in the 10th minute. But Marsilio for Utrecht in the 53rd minute secured a 2-1 victory for Utrecht, leaving us on 3 points at that time. As you can see, XG-wise, it was quite even, but we had more shots and more shots on target, which is quite disappointing. We changed it around from the sort of wing play that we had with the three at the back and went with more of a kind of a diamond in a way, in terms of Lampert behind Giliana and Gilholm, our two lone strikers. It didn't work, unfortunately. Then we took a trip to Spartak in Serbia. We went back to our 4-3-3 formation here. Another goal from Giliana in the 32nd minute. We looked good at half time, but for some reason Spartak got back into the game, and a goal from Nikola Vukotic. I probably butchered that name wrong, but hey ho. Scored in the 57th minute, and they secured a 1-1 draw, putting us on 4 points. So here is how we look after 3 games. We are currently in 16th place on 4 points. We're doing quite well, I would say, for the first 3 games. We've also got 2 home games after this Dynamo Zagreb match. Dynamo aren't particularly doing very well. They've lost all of their 3 games and are on a -6 goal difference. A couple of other surprises, I would say, in this league phase. Young boys aren't doing particularly well, which is surprising. Utrecht, even though they did beat us, are currently 25th in the league phase. And maybe the only other exception I would say there is Aberdeen. I'm not sure how they are doing in the Scottish Premier League. In terms of at the top, it's the usual suspect in Tottenham. Partizan doing really well, and Lecce from Italy, who we have to play after Zagreb. But I'm kind of not surprised by the teams that are in the top 8 places. I was expecting it was probably going to be those teams anyway. Let's show you the league table with regards to the Swiss Super League, and then I'm just going to show you a couple of things that have happened off YouTube which might be interesting regarding the save. Just wanted to show you the schedule before we go into the league table. So after the Podbrezova game, we got a 2-2 draw away from home to St. Gallen, our local rivals. Magnus Gilholm with 2 goals for ourselves. Demiriel and Mambimi for St. Gallen. Probably deserved maybe a victory out of that, but we'll always take a point from our local rivals. Unfortunately, Lugano beat us at home 1-0 thanks to Jasper van der Werf. I hope I've said that right. But we did follow that up with a goal from Johnson against FC Basel. This was a really positive result after the Lugano game, and just for us in general. It showed progression as well, so I'm really pleased, and I'll show you a little bit further down with regards to another result against Basel. Then we took a trip to Lausanne, 3-0, Goals from our Portuguese striker Daniel Maximiano. 2 goals in the 16th and 60th minute, and Gilholm as well scoring goals in that match. Really positive result. Unfortunately, we couldn't follow that up against Thun. They beat us thanks to goals from Alba and Reichmuth. Maximono got a consolation in the 81st minute. Then we played Eschken Marin 2, so their B team, and we beat them 7-1 in the Liechtenstein Cup quarter-final. We are going to be playing Rigel in the semi-final. Then one of our bogey teams, we beat these 3-1. Luzerne, so goals from Koulibaly, Giliana again, and Simon Beale. Kakoli for them in the 45th minute added on time, as well with Koulibaly, funnily enough. And then a massive result, I will say, away from home. We beat Basel back-to-back 2-1. Goals from Johnson and Maximano. Esposito, though, got a penalty in the 41st minute. But we secured a 2-1 victory, taking the 3 points back if it does. And then finally, we beat Servette at home thanks to a goal from Simon Beale, our young Liechtenstein striker, who is doing very nicely. 1-0. And, yes, we are top of the Super League. I'm not sure in my time that I've been in the Super League that we've been ever top of the league. We've won 9 games, 4 draws, and 3 defeats. It's quite remarkable, to be fair, but Servette, Luzerne, and Thun are right on my tails. Young Boys in 5th on 25 points, joint points with Lausanne. Lugano, Aarau, and Zurich are the strugglers at the moment, as along with St. Gallen and Basel. Winterthur taking up that 7th place, but we're having a really positive season at the moment, and here's hoping we can continue. Just something off topic with regards to our under-19 team. They are doing really well in the UEFA Youth League. They're currently in the 3rd qualifying round, and they have just beat Zaginski 5-0 away from home. They actually beat Hibernian's under-18 team as well. They beat an RFS team from, I think that's one of the Baltic teams. I think it's Latvia, if I'm not mistaken, or Estonia. It's one of the two. Apologies if I've got that wrong. Anyway, but yeah, that was the first result. But our under-19 side is doing pretty well. And I mean, if they can do a decent job in the youth league, maybe that might affect the coefficient. But just something minor I wanted to show you. There's one other thing that I'm just going to show you, and that is Liechtenstein nearly qualified for the European Championships. They were 1 point off qualifying, and if you see this group, they were really unlucky, and I'm really pleased for them. We haven't covered the Liechtenstein national team very much. It was a plan eventually for me to take over, but unfortunately the manager has decided, funnily enough, they did have a manager in Konrad von Verstuck, but they've hired Mikel Sietz, who I've never seen before in my life. They never approached me. I think that's disgraceful. But he led them in the Euro qualifiers and almost got Liechtenstein to a European Championships. In terms of the fixtures, they got a 2-2 draw against Cyprus. They lost to Norway twice. Quite convincingly, Norway beat them. But they beat Austria away from home 3-1. Unfortunately, they couldn't replicate that at home. They beat Switzerland as well at home 4-3, and they got a 2-2 draw away from home against Cyprus. Unfortunately, lost to Norway at home and lost to Switzerland, which cost them in the end. But I think that's a remarkable achievement for the Liechtenstein national team. I'm really annoyed that they didn't approach me, though. This is the lineup we're going to go with against Dynamo Zagreb tonight. It's going to be Sobotka in goal with Quatra, Adogo, Rego, Araj, and Kaminski in defence. Johnson and Claudio in midfield, Simon Beale, Akurek, and Gilholm up front. Apologies, it's not the usual tactic screen, but I did go on a bit of a ramble about the Liechtenstein national team and completely forgot while I was recording to to mention the tactics. It's pretty much a straightforward bench. There are a couple of youngsters on there, including Bakker, and Kuhn and Barnacle as well, just to shore up the numbers on the bench. It's pretty much a usual bench that we'll go with. I'm just going to go with regards to a team meeting that the media have given us some good news recently. And let's see how we get on in Zagreb. Zagreb are going to go with their 4-4-2. We are going to go with a 3-4-3, which has been really useful in the last couple of games. We might switch this around to the diamond if we need to. We've got plenty of cover there, but almost looks sold out. And the Vaduz away end looks busier than a usual night at the Rhein Park Stadium. Always the same. Hopefully, we can get 3 points here. To throw into us, Araj to Claudio. Can he find somebody in the box? He can. Akurek. Quatra. We should have really played that in to somebody in the middle there instead of having a shot. Good opening 10 minutes though. A couple of yellow cards for ourselves. So far, Dynamo look to be having more possession and more chances, and they do have a chance now. Good save from Sabotka. Very good save. Keeping us in this game potentially at the moment now. 25 minutes gone. Goes out to Estavo. Doesn't really lead to anything, but yeah, they've while we've had more possession, they've definitely had more shots on target. So I'm gonna probably drop us down to a balanced mentality, I think. Ferguson and Guerra. Kaminsky kind of clears it, but plays it slowly, and that was atrocious, I must admit. I don't know what Kaminsky's doing there. I really don't. Is it a deflection, maybe? Snaja plays it in here. Maybe Kaminsky's got a bet on or something like that. I don't know, but it's atrocious. Really disappointing goal to concede just before half time as well. Well, it's 1-0 to Dynamo at half time. I think they deserve it, but the way they got the goal was very lucky. I am going to have to take Kaminsky off for that shocking error. I am a little bit worried about all these yellow cards, though. What I might do is I put Gilholm there. Raj isn't having a great game, but yeah, let's just go with that. I've gone on the cautious mentality. Might switch that back to balanced and give them a beret at half time. I didn't. So I've went with Giliana. I've gone with our young winger Kuhn, and I've also brought on the Italian Giorani to see if that makes any difference at fullback. Ah, we're giving away a penalty. It's a shocking. If we're gonna lose this game, it's an annoying way to lose the game. Like, I personally think Zagreb do deserve it based off the stats, but the way we've conceded the 2 goals is really annoying. That's FM, I suppose, sometimes, though. Like, we haven't deserved this at all. Like, based off the stats, Dynamo have been really good. But a bit frustrating here, I must admit. Well, it looks like we at least got a highlight. Claudio. Akurek. It's still... We're just not getting out of the box, are we? Johnson, Quatra, Claudio. Not our night. Chance to go 2-1 there, and that changes the game for. Well, a disappointing 2-0 victory there. I'm not happy with that performance. Let's see where that puts us in terms of the league table. So we are at the wrong end of the table once more. I've got Lecce or Lis. You say that, to be fair. Next, we're going to have to win the next 2 home games. Lillestrøm are doing okay as well. Let me have a look. Just with regards to our schedule going forward. So we've got that game on the 11th. I think I will just do the Lillestrøm game. Because that's probably... It's going to be a decider anyway. I was potentially thinking of doing the Leeds game. And then Aru, and then so giving you like the 2 games sort of thing. But the fact that we're still in this, you know, it's 4 points. I think really 2 annoying defeats, but if we win our next game, it puts 1 7 points, and then Lillestrøm's a little bit of there's more of a gap there. But I really hope that we can qualify for this sort of knockout phase, because that's what I would like to do this season, is to get 1 step further in the Conference League. A disappointing defeat there to Dynamo. Whilst I think they deserved it, the way we conceded our 2 goals was really disappointing. But like I say, I think we'll come back for that Lillestrøm game, and that'll be the decider. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got a European fixture after the short winter break. And hopefully we can keep this form up in the Super League. Let's see how we do. Obviously, if we were to come first in the league, we wouldn't win the Super League because we are not a Swiss team. We are a Liechtenstein team residing in the Swiss Super League. So there you go. If you have enjoyed the video, please make sure to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I will see you for that Lillestrøm game. Take it easy. Stay safe.